Back on Fox 43 News at 7 with an art lesson from a businesswoman who is also still in high school. Paige Welch of Virginia Beach here. She paints designs on t-shirts and tote bags, and those are some sneakers, and she's going to show us how she creates these wonderful works of art. Thank you so much for joining us, Paige.
Thank you.
This is so impressive. I mean, we're going to get some close-up looks of some of these items you have here, but how did you get started?
Well, I've always been into art, and last year in school, I would start doodling on pieces of paper like this.
Okay.
And I would just come up with them. And
here, let me hold on to that.
Okay.
So this is a frame, this is a piece of paper that you, it's just notebook paper.
Yeah, it's just ink on loose leaf paper.
Okay.
And then over the summer one day, my sister got married over the summer, and me and my mom were at Michael's, and I asked her if I could get some fabric paint. And she thought my idea would be really tacky at first, but then I came home and I showed her what I painted on a shirt, and this was my first shirt I painted.
That's the first ever shirt you've painted.
Yeah.
So you had never painted on fabric before?
Well, I painted a tie last year, but that was the only thing I've ever painted on fabric.
Okay.
And my mom loved it, and she wanted one for herself, and then she showed them all to her friends, and I wore them to school, and then so I did my first craft show last month, and I just hope to keep on doing that. And so.
Wow. And so you've been, I mean, I know you're online as well. You have your own website.
Yeah.
You're on that popular website, Etsy. So you've got your stuff out there. Are people buying?
Yeah. People at my school have them, and then I've sold them randomly just at places, and then my mom's friends have them too.
Okay.
And just, I've given out a lot of business cards, and I've just been trying to get my name out. So.
Well, this is a progression of her tote bags right here, and you're going to show me kind of how it starts.
Yeah.
It starts with the paint. So let's put some paint on that plate right there.
Yeah.
And it just comes from your brain, obviously, the design that you have, and you do it freehand.
Yeah.
Like spur the moment.
I just kind of start in the center, like somewhere right here, and then go out from it. I never know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
All my shirts, they're similar, but they're all one of a kind and different.
Here, let's have you do it.
Okay.
Let's see how you start out with putting together a piece.
Right. Well, I just start right out here.
And shoes here.
Okay. I always start with a circle. And I like to start off center, just because it's like, and then I'll just go out from here.
Okay.
And I try to make it even, or try to make it look even. Of course, it's not always even, because I never use a stencil. So.
Did you take a bunch of art classes?
Well, I'm in Art 3 right now at my high school, and next year I'll be in AP Art, and I hope to go to college for art, but I'm still...
Well, this is all kind of new. How are you juggling the school part, and then the designing part, and then the business part? How is that all coming together?
Well, I'm really bad with keeping school first, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to keep it balanced. But
I'm sure your family would be happy to hear you say that. Here, let me just try, if I might. Okay, so you have just started a pattern. And this is just spur of the moment.
Yeah. I just kind of go out, but I try to make everything even, so that way I like to keep mine going in a circle, like kind of in like a circle.
Which, like for example, on this bag you've done, and you've put different colors in it.
You can, once you've done the first color, you can just go on and add second colors to make it have a more finished look.
Well, look at what you've already done. Or keep going. That's been like less than a minute that you've started that. What are you most proud of as far as the works that you've done? Like your tote bags, your t-shirts, your ties? Well,
my favorite thing I've ever done was this tie. It was the first fabric I painted on last year in my art class. We had to pick like a famous painting that was well known, or famous artist.
Right.
And do a master painting of it and make it into a pattern on a tie. And I chose Andy Warhol, his zebra picture.
Yeah.
And I kind of went up and down with the zebras on a tie, and that's my favorite thing. But I actually sold it in my last craft show.
Okay, but this one is highly intricate right here.
Thank you.
That is lovely. This would be not a bad one for Dad, maybe? Dad's Father's Day coming up.
I also that's one of my, that has glitter in it, but I also make ties that, are a little bit more manly, I guess you could say. So.
But keep going, because I know we have just under a minute. I want to see what happens when you kind of finish this work in just under a minute. As far as your friends, are you seeing your designs on friends, people you know, as you hang around school and out around town?
Yeah, and then, people tell those people about it, and I'm actually... my PE teacher, her daughter went to my school, and she's our cheerleading coach, and she's getting married, and she actually bought one of my shirts at the auction at my school, and now she asked me to paint 8 bridesmaid shirts for her as a gift for them. So I've been working on that. So it just kind of, I asked people to like forward my website and everything just to get my name out. So
so what's your next step? Do you know, as far as your business goes?
I'm in a craft show at the end of this month at Town Center. It's called Art in the Park. And it's on June 5th. So it's in the afternoon, just right in Town Center. And it's one every first Friday of the month until September. And then I'm going to do the Virginia Beach craft show again in it's their fall one. I'm not sure what month it is yet. And then,
it's coming up at the end, later on this year. But yeah, we'll definitely talk with you more about that coming up. We're going to ask you to keep painting, if you don't mind. And meanwhile, we've linked your website to ours at fox43tv.com. Just click on that news at 7. And while John continues with his forecast, Paige is going to continue to paint. We're going to show her progress after you give us our forecast.
Can you